Let me tell you why you should listen to me, what I have to offer in comparison to other YouTubers in the crypto sphere right now, okay? And this is a legitimate thing. Let me tell you, I am very much a ready, fire, aim kind of guy. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm self-employed. I have a business with one employee. I used to have 25 employees. And the way that I ran my business was ready, fire, aim. So what did I do? I just tried to figure things out by experience. I'm the kind of guy, ever since I was a little kid, I have been the kind of guy who has to learn things by experience and not by reading things in a book. I'm sure plenty of you can relate to that, but I learn of things. I see something like what we see with Pancakeswap right now, with unbelievable yields, and I wonder, that seems like it's too good to be true, but it also seems awesome. So what gives? And so I'm willing to throw a few $1,000s at that to try to figure that out. And so what I found is, there is another side of this that you absolutely need to keep in mind. But at the same time, if you're able to work this system well, the potential yield is unbelievable. And so I want to show you some failures, not failures, just tests, my test results, basically. So if you don't know about Pancakeswap, let me tell you about this first. So Pancakeswap has the things that I'm going to talk about with Pancakeswap. You can swap different coins and things like that, but the things I'm going to tell you about are their farms and their pools. Let me go to their pools first because that's easier. Pools it's basically simple staking. So if you know anything about staking, Ethereum with Ethereum 2.0, that they have staking where you could get something like 15% returns on your Ethereum, but you have to hold that for 2 years on their platform. And so that's cool. It's great. You get 15% returns on Ethereum. That's phenomenal. First time I heard about that, I thought that's unbelievable. That's the most amazing thing that I've ever heard. Nothing will ever top that. And then the more I learned about it, the more I was like, oh, wait a second. There are things that actually provide much higher yields, but those things are also more risky. But I'm the kind of guy who definitely is willing to take on risks. And so pools are like staking. But the difference with this is anything that you stake, you get your return is in the Pancakeswap token. It's not in those tokens. And so I have some cake pooled here. I have 202.10 as of now, 202.108 cake staked. I increased that to 202 last night, and since last night I have earned 0.3 cake, which is something like $5 right now that I've earned in just going to bed and waking up. That's a very simple thing. It's worth getting into, in my opinion. Phenomenal returns, 103.52% returns on that. And I believe in cake. I believe that this coin is going to be worth a lot more by the end of this year than it is now, or by October. I think the altcoin peak is going to be October, so I will be staking until at least then. But then on the other side, you have farming, and this gets a lot more complicated because the way it works with farming is that you pair two different cryptocurrencies together, and that brings with it some complexities. And so we have cake with the Binance coin. With Pancakeswap, they've partnered with Binance, and so you'll see a whole lot of things paired with Binance here, which it's fine. I love Binance. I've been in it since $20. It reached $410 yesterday. Last I checked, it was something like $380. I think that a cake Binance pair is great, but 83.03%, I'd rather just pool it than farm it, because pooling it gives you 103% return. But there's also, if you look down this list here, you see these APRs, 720% APR. I could see that if you're looking at this being very appealing, but let me tell you something. If you were to put $10,000 into this APYS BNB farm pair, I absolutely guarantee you that you are not going to have a 720% return on that $10,000 by the end of this year. That it's actually even possible that you'll have less than $10,000 at the end of this year than you did. It depends on the coin. It depends on the pair. And so you see, if you scroll down here, you see amazing returns here, amazing APRs. That's what it advertises. And it's not lying that that's the APR, but it does fluctuate. And so I have some here. I have odds BNB pair with 554% APR, easy BNB pair 261%, gum BNB pair 347%, PBTC BNB pair 109%, and I'm going to talk about these. So you see these coins, you have to do, it's essential. It is absolutely essential that you do research on these coins. And so the one that I have the most of, the one that I'm heaviest in, is this gum BNB pair, which I've lost money on. Even though it says 347% APR, I've lost money on it. And why is that? Well, because gum has decreased in value since I've gone in. So I got in at $2.71 this past Saturday night. And let's see, $2.71 Saturday night. And I mean, look at it. Since then, it's gone down in price. I do expect for this to level off, and I do expect for the price to increase. But the thing that I just wanted to test it out, to get in, so I just got in. And since then, the price of this coin has decreased in value. If you look at this, this is all time. So how long has this existed here? It existed since February 1st, so it's about 2 months old. I knew going into it that this was a very high-risk token. I just wanted to learn again by experience. But you can see when this farm started was right around here, March 29th. This is very new. And what happened? The price shot up in value. Why is that? It's essentially because you have all this new money coming. You have to buy the Gum Galaxy, the Gourmet Galaxy token to pool it to get those returns. And so a lot of people, a few $1 million came into this, which shot the price up. That's not surprising. And it's also not surprising that previous holders of this coin then sold off to take profits. And so I'm expecting some kind of leveling off here. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know how much further down it's going to go. But in a bull market, I'm willing to take that risk because I do believe that if I spread myself out between gum and between other coins that are out there right now and that are on this pool, that within 6 months from now, on average, these coins will be worth more, which means that the yield that I gain from those will actually be applicable. But as of right now, the fact that these things are paired together, that is exacerbating the loss that I'm having here. All right, but I don't want to get into this too much, but basically the difference between if I just bought and held these coins or if I farmed, which I farmed, was at the very bottom here, a $14.22 difference. In other words, I would have lost money by holding these because of how much gum has originally has gone down since I bought it, but I lost more because from farming than I would from holding. So $14.22. I'm not going to sweat about that. I'm not going to sweat about losing $100 just to try this out, and I'm happy to do it. But I mean, again, I do expect for there to be some kind of leveling off here. I do expect the price to go up. We'll see. Maybe not. There are absolutely potentials for certain things to happen that would cause me to lose a lot of money here. You've just got to keep that in mind. And so let's talk about impermanent loss. So WBNB/gum pool, according to this, my impermanent loss is $171.21. Now, this doesn't take into account the fact that I've farmed $92 worth of pancake tokens. So really, the loss is, again, about $16 or something like that. And you've got to keep that in mind. We've got to talk about impermanent loss because this is really important. So let me explain impermanent permanent loss to you. Here's an example. Alice deposits 1 ETH and 100 DAI, DAI is a stable coin, in a liquidity pool. In this particular automated market maker, the deposited token pair needs to be of equivalent value. This means the price of ETH is 100 DAI at the time of the deposit. This also means that the dollar value of Alice's deposit is $200. Okay, so there's 10 ETH, 1,000 DAI in the pool, but let's say that the price of ETH increases to 400 DAI. While this is happening, arbitrage traders will add DAI to the pool and remove ETH from it until the ratio reflects the current price. Remember, AMMs don't have to have order books. What determines the price of the assets in the pool is the ratio between them in the pool. There has to be an equal amount of ETH and DAI, an equal dollar amount worth of ETH and DAI in the pool. So if ETH is now 400 DAI, the ratio between how much ETH and how much DAI in the pool has changed. There's now 5 ETH and 2,000 DAI in the pool. So Alice's share of that is now 0.5 ETH and 200 DAI. So it's gone up in totaling $400. So if she held that ETH, that 1 ETH and 100 DAI, that would be worth $500 right now. So she suffers an impermanence loss of $100, but she's getting a yield from that. So let's just say 100% yield, whatever, 100% annual yield. You need to figure that out over a set amount of time. But she's a winner no matter what. But she would have won more if she just held on to the ETH and DAI. So here's what you want to do with that in mind. You want 2 assets that you think are going to increase in value. If you have 2 assets that will increase in value, I think you will end up being a winner here. And so do I think that GUM and WBNB are going to increase in value? I do. I think so. And I think if I spread myself out far enough that there will be a gain from doing farming here. And so I have 3 farms with these new assets that, have differing results. Now this easy WBNB pool, I've lost with impermanence lost $3.12, but I farmed $14.82, so I'm up about $11. Okay, the WBNB odds pool, last I checked, it was like I was down $1 or something. So there's different results. I think in the end, those results will be positive. I would absolutely avoid anything new because it's going to get pumped, and then people are going to take profits. But here's the thing that I'm excited about. And there's certain things that are they're gems in this. And it's this WBNB PBTC pool. All right, what is PBTC? Well, I'm sure you know the symbol is BTC being Bitcoin. So this is a P token. And so this is portable. It's pegged. It just allows for certain kind of flexibility. It's pegged to the price of Bitcoin. Mostly. It's not 100% pegged. But just for example, here's the price of PBTC right now, $59,355.25. It's correlating very strongly to the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the making of this video is $56,626, a difference of about $2,700. And so do I think the price of PBTC is going to increase over this year? Absolutely, because I think Bitcoin is going to hit $200,000 this year. And so that with a BNB pair, which I think also is going to increase in value at 100% return, which is what that's giving me, 109.53% return. I think that's a very safe and lucrative pair. It depends on the coins. It depends on, but there will be, no matter what, there will be some kind of impermanence loss. And so looking through this, you'll probably see that there's a bunch of coins that you've never heard of. But then you'll also see the further down you go that there's a bunch of coins that you have heard of. And so look at this. I mean, a lot of these honestly are coins that I've never heard of. B Badger, B Dig, LTO, Mir, Trade, Dusk. I haven't heard of a lot of these coins. But you go down further down, and you'll definitely find some that you've heard of. But and here's some things that I'm looking for. This is multiplier BMXX is pretty much the worst case scenario for what I have seen with a coin. So you see, this thing launched in early March. I wouldn't be surprised if this joined Pancakeswap right around here, shot up to about, $88, $90 a coin, and then crashed. And now it's at $27.08. That is the worst case scenario. But, it's been flat since then. So, you want to get in on that and peg it with a coin. Maybe that will provide some good results. But if you got in at $88, this is pretty rough. So you have that in comparison to IOTEX, another coin I've never heard of, but it's existed since 2018, since 2018, and you see that it's riding this Bitcoin halving cycle, and I think that this one might actually be a good one to get in on. A really simple way for you to figure this out is look at the liquidity. So you see, all right, the Pancake BNB pair has by far the highest amount of liquidity in it, $685 million of liquidity. I would say you want to at least look for 8-digit liquidity. And so anything under 8 digits is still new, or it's still, people have lost money, so they've exited. And so we see the PBTC one, that pair that I'm very excited about, 109% APR, $12 million of liquidity. ZIL BNB, $16 million of liquidity. But then you see these super high returns, the super high return coins not having much liquidity, and that's because people know that there's a possibility of a rug pull, of a pump and dump, things like that. But let me go all the way down to the bottom of this page, and you'll start seeing some very familiar coins here. All right, we have Atom BNB pair, 33.05%. It's not that bad. A Tether BNB pair, 36.33%. I would avoid that because of that example that we mentioned with ETH, but there's some stable coin pairs here which are yielding 20%. All right, look. All right, Cardano BNB. I think confidently 33.41% that would be a good one. Polkadot BNB 20%. You can get better staking with just BNB itself. Chainlink BNB 33.9%. So it depends, all those coins are going to increase in value this year. And so you got to weigh out the return versus the impermanence loss. There are some, all right, DAI BUSD pair here. That is very enticing to me, because if you were to go on Celsius and just get the returns on Celsius, it would be somewhere between 12 to 15%. But that both of these stable coins, that there's going to be zero impermanence loss, and so a 19.31% return on that. I'm thinking after this bull run is over, that to get 20% return essentially on that would be pretty phenomenal. So there's lots of different options here. Litecoin, BNB, and you can see the liquidity, 25 million. So people are definitely attracted to these options. You have to do research on the coins. There's gold here, and then there's absolute garbage. But here's my strategy. My strategy is I'm going to pool, again, remember the pools, that's essentially staking. I'm going to pool about 33% of my assets that I'm moving into this. And that might mostly be Cake, that might mostly be the PBTC token. And then I'm going to pool the really strong liquidity, the really stable ones, the ones that I really think are, both coins are going to increase in asset. I'm going to pool another 33% in there. And then the last third, I'm going to take some gambles. Okay, so Gum, I'm going to let this ride. I'm not going to add anything else to it. What else? Easy, I'm going to let that ride. I'm gonna not any of these things. Anytime I see something new hit the system, I'm not touching it until after things play out, because APYS, this is a brand new one that just hit the system this morning. And so the price of this token is going to shoot up. It probably already has. And then it's going to go down. And so I'm going to just wait and see after it goes down. And then maybe I'll find an entry there and take some. The APR is going to go down from here, but take some super high yields based on the risk of the token being probably a newer one. So just some strategies. Let me know what you think as far as your strategy is concerned. it is too good to be true. You see 711%. That is too good to be true. You must do your research on these coins. Some of them, even the super high risk coins, by the end of this year, yes, they will be worth more than they are now, but others of them will be worth zero. So don't go all in, because you could lose everything. Okay, but let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your recommendations as well. This is very intriguing to me. There's crap and there's gold. And should I even say gold, because gold is becoming antiquated. There's crap and there's Bitcoin. And so it just depends on what you find. And so, yeah. That's it for today. I hope you have a prosperous day. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will most certainly be seeing you in the next video. Peace.